Hello, everyone. The New Orleans music community was rocked this week with the passing of some amazing people. First, I want to mention Terry Gibson, a young musician, a trumpet player, so full of life, taken from us way too young, passed peacefully in his sleep. He was, like I said, a trumpet player. He was a jokester. That man always had something to make you laugh, something to make you smile. And he was very professional. And I will be not the first and not the last to say how much we will miss Terry Gibson. We also lost another dear friend.
We did. We lost a angel of the New Orleans music community, our dear friend Chelsea Sullivan, who gave so much of her life to helping so many musicians in New Orleans. She loved this town and its music with the passion, and the scene will never be the same without her. However, it was better because of her. And there's going to be a star in the sky that shines a little bit brighter every time a band kicks up in this town from here on out. So we love you, Chelsea, and we are so thankful for all you gave us. Thank you very much. Leslie, I know it's hard, but they wouldn't want us to do it any other way.
No, she would get
Show
mad that I
must go
wasted
on.
all this mascara. I knew that I wasn't going to be able. If I spoke from my heart, we would be here till Saturday morning. Mark Parody, a dear friend of ours, wrote this about Chelsea, and I couldn't say it better, so please indulge me while I read Mark's post. Chelsea Sullivan embodied the New Orleans music scene more than any other single person without ever setting a foot on stage. Whether if she was at the door, the merch table, backstage, side stage, dancing in the front row, yodeling, or selling cupcakes on the street, she became part of thousands of people's live music experience. She never met a stranger. She befriended and supported more bands and musicians than anyone can count. We are so glad to have had her as part of our musical family for so many years. May the eternal tip bucket always be full of bills for you to bank face, Chelsea. We love you, and we already miss your light. We lost a young man by the name of Stephen Holland. He was a camper with a wonderful organization that one of our crew members is a big-time volunteer. It's called Camp Looking Glass, and he was a friend of Stephanie's. It's been a tough week, but here in New Orleans, we celebrate the life and not just the passing. We don't mourn the passing. If we did that, we would cry all day and all night. So please think about those that have gone, that we will miss terribly, and think about what they meant to this music community and what this music community means to you today. We have incredible music here tonight, but we are here to raise money for musicians and gig workers. I'd like for you to start out the night by going and texting FUNK to 36413. We really, really need your support. We've done so much to date. Do you know what we have raised so far? 54 weeks, all right? 54 weeks.
No, it's
It's
over
up there.
300.
It's $317,493.65. Somebody keeps donating 65 cents, and I love it. I love it. We have raised 400. We have helped 460 musicians and gig workers.
Amen.
That is incredible in 54 weeks.
At a
And
time when they needed it the most, too.
absolutely. We have Frenchie. Where's Frenchie? Frenchie's over there getting ready. We have a blank
Setting up.
canvas right now. Frenchie paints a live event painting each and every week, and his donation and his dedication to this program has raised over $100,000 of that 317. Incredible. Put your hands
man,
together for
French.
Frenchie. We have Frenchie
man,
prints.
brother.
If you didn't get the original, you can buy a print of any one of those. All of this is on our website, thefunkyuncle.live. But you know what else helps us is our sponsors. We have got incredible sponsors as well. The Edwards Mortgage Group, NOLA Title Group, the Mason Collective and Arc Insurance Consultants. They've got all those home needs, you know, the mortgage, the closing, the sales, the insurance, every bit of it, every bit of it. Now, I want you to really pay attention as we go through the night because Frenchie's going to be painting. You can click on that button that says bid on the Frenchie painting, and let's get this music started so he'll start painting, all right? How about that?
And we have some wonderful music for you tonight. The great Ephraim Towns, who's a founding member of the Dirty Dozen Brass Band and been involved with so many wonderful projects throughout New Orleans for so many years, keeping the traditions of the jazz and the brass band alive. And we couldn't think of anyone better to kick things off tonight. So we're going to have them kind of go into something that brass bands traditionally do. Leslie and I talked about this earlier with the band, and we all agreed for the ones that we've lost in the recent weeks that we'd like to have start with a little dirge, and then the band's going to kick it off, you know, like a little jazz funeral. We're going to celebrate their lives because in New Orleans, music is a part of our celebration. It's also part of our mourning, our joy, and our pain. It's all wrapped in there together, and that's how we get through this together. So, with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to give it up for E.T. and the Jackson Square All Saviors, baby. Don't forget to wash your hands and stomp your feet. They're all saviors, baby.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Let's pay respects. For loved ones lost, we carry on. in the
next
sky.
morning
When I die,
hallelujah, bye bye. I'll fly away.
Everybody say,
Oh, I'll fly away your glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, bye bye.
take it on home, y'all. God bless them, y'all. What a way to start off. How y'all feeling, everybody? The funky uncle in the house, y'all. Clap your hands, wash your hands, and stomp your feet. Here we go, another song. Let's go to Cabaret, y'all. Clap your hands, too. Sitting alone in the room, license. Come hear the music play. Oh, life a cabaret, old friend. So come to the cabaret. I say, put down that knitting, the book and the bro. Time for a holiday. Only a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret. Come taste this sweet, sweet wine. Come hear the band. There is no time for celebrating. Right this way, many tables waiting. Oh, forbidding the proper to do. Wiping all my smiles away. Only a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret. Bring it home, Jay. alone in the room. What? Come hear the music play. Pretty like a cabaret, old friend Easton. Oh, some to the cabaret. Oh, put down that needle, you see all the book in the room. Get time for a holiday. Get away, only a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret. Come to all sweet wine. It's so good. Come hear the band, or they playing it down. There is no time for celebrating. Right this way, many tables waiting. Oh, forbidden, you see the proper to do. Trying to wipe all our smiles away. Now our corona, only a cabaret, old friend. Life is a cabaret, old friend. So come to the cabaret. Wow. Good evening. Mickey wants to send all the donations in the world. Huh? We got it going on here. Funky Uncle in the house. Let's do something up the river here, a little bit, about 900 miles away. Beautiful place called St. Louis. St. Louis River. I hate to see the evening sun when it go down.
Don't tell nobody.
I hate to see, oh, when that evening sun when it go down.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh, when the evening sun go down, sometime you know nighttime's on closely bound.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't want to feel tomorrow. Don't want to feel like I'm feeling so sad today.
Don't tell
God bless you, Terry.
nobody.
Don't want to feel tomorrow like I'm feeling so sad today.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh, wake up in the morning, y'all wanna feel the way. I don't know if I wanna see the next night, light of day.
Don't tell nobody.
Oh, you never miss your water. Why? Until the well runs dry.
Don't tell nobody.
I said you never miss your water. Why? Till the well runs dry.
Don't tell nobody.
New Orleans, we never miss our water. Why? Mississippi River right here by my side.
Don't tell nobody.
I got 99 women. All I need is one more.
One more.
I got 99 women. All I need is one more.
One more.
900 miles north of the Mississippi River, just head that way. St. Louis, Missouri, 900 miles north of the Mississippi River, just somebody head that way. It might take a riverboat, y'all. I'm gonna take my damn chance and take a riverboat and go to the next very next day. Oh, that St. Louis girl got my diamond, gotta stay. Oh, St. Louis woman, oh girl, got my diamond stash. You better pull my diamonds out, girl. You know, or this is gonna be the last thing you ever had. Get a mind and get out here. Just having a lot of fun up here. The funky uncle in the house. Remember, y'all, it's going to come a time we want you to wash your hands and stump your feet. But right now, we hope we just moving your hands and your body and all around. And we out here live in St. Louis Cathedral. And we see your brother, Andrew Jackson, high up on that pedestal. Hey, Andrew. Andrew Jackson, we celebrating the $20 bill today, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You heard right. We celebrating the $20 bill. We got these buckets right here. You know, like, we want you to pass the hat and fill it up. But I'm going to tell you why we celebrating the $20 bill. Because the brother, Andrew Jackson, is a significant other that's on a $20 bill. That's right. Take a $20 bill out. Everybody look at it. Now, if you finish, look at it, drop it in the bucket. But anyway, take a look at it. You're going to see that's Andrew. Look at Andrew standing right up there. Well, let me tell you how Andrew came on the $20 bill. We had a battle here in New Orleans, the war 1812. That's right. They thought we'd be annihilated. They thought we'd just get our asses handed to us. Well, to the surprise, British, you got your ass whipped. And they didn't care if he won the war or not because they didn't get, but he won the war. So the spoils of the war, he became president of the United States. And he didn't like the feds, and the feds did not like Andrew. So to piss him off, they put his picture on a $20 bill. That's how Andrew Jackson got on $20 bills. It's a true story. Tell me go. But I talk to Andrew very frequently, and he's still not too happy about that whole thing happening. So he told me he'd like us to collect all the $20 bills and put them in them buckets right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to do. Twist of history, but there go 5 of them right there. You send the $20 bills to the funky uncle, y'all. Send them to the funky uncle because we're going to wash your hands and stump your feet. With that say, here we go. Oh, we got all kind of 20s up in here. See, hold up, take a look. Look, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. There you go. That's Andrew.
That's Keith Richards.
Oh. Damn, well, sometimes we spend it like this Rolling Stones, I tell you what. That's Andrew on this $20 bill, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun up in here. Let's do another good song. Anybody want to call something? You do that.
All right, y'all. Give it up for E.T. and the Jackson Square Saviors.
Saviors.
Led by the legendary Ephraim Towns here. This man has been all over the world probably 10 times, playing his horn all over, but he always comes back to New Orleans. And what's what I love about E.T.'s playing is that it doesn't matter if he's headlining the Montreux Jazz Festival, as you can see on that wonderful old vinyl that Leslie scored and brought over to the uncle today, or if he's at Jackson Square with his own band. It's great. They always bring that energy. And what I love about this band is that you got the OGs right here keeping this tradition alive, but then you've got these great young cats up there playing. Peanut, he's a young buck, bro. He just started doing it, but so I'm just kidding. Peanut's the OG right here, has been doing it forever. And it's such an honor to have Peanut and E.T. here leading these young guys through these songs, keeping this tradition alive. That's what we're all about here in New Orleans. Like, for instance, Leslie's son, I've been seeing him play since he was about 11, 12, before he could. I remember when he started growing a beard, and I was like,
that was like 8. I
Yeah.
told him if he couldn't wash it off, he had to shave it off. But yes,
and he's still out there doing it. So that's what we want
Peanut
you to.
used to play with him.
Exactly.
He did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peanut has brought up so many of these amazing young players in the city. Is continuing to do so, and that's why it's such an honor to have them here, sharing their songs with us. It's all about family here in New Orleans. All the musicians are family, and we want you to join the Funky Uncle family so we can keep on bringing great players like this, keeping this music alive. Leslie's going to tell you how you can help us do that.
You can be one of the family, you know. For every uncle out there, there's a bunch of cousins that are hanging around, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And we want you
Learning
to
their
become
ways.
a funky cousin. Did you know you can do that? It is really, really easy. If you text FUNK to 36413, you're going to find several different ways to donate. You can make a one-time donation, and I would love for you to do that. But what I'd like a little bit more for you to be, I'm going to like talking when I learn how, yeah. If you would go and hit that recurring membership, that recurring donation button, you will become a funky cousin. That's right. And if you would donate $52, you get something really special. We have for you, if you donate $50 or $52, these Fat Bankers playing cards. You know, we're here in the crew of Tuck's Den, and our funky Tucks. I'm gonna show him just a second. Hang on, chill out, all right? I can't show him my cards, all right? Not yet, all right? Just hang on.
I got a stacked deck here, though.
Yeah, I know, but I'll trade you a James Booker for an Art Neville. Here's the deal.
Birthday.
Every one of these cards has a musician on them. We've got Neville's, we got George Porter Jr., like I said, James Booker. You're not trading me a James Booker for Art Neville?
Oh no, I'll do that.
You got 3 Nevilles over there, so I guess you want this.
I got a
You
Bernie
can have-
Morrell too.
Oh wow! Well, you know what? I got a Lee Dorsey and a Walter Wolfman Washington. So, what I'm asking you to do though is to please become a recurring member by clicking that donate button. Also, something new and exciting is our Funky Shop. At the Funky Shop, we have not only the Frenchy prints, but we have the apparel. We've got T-shirts, we've got hats, we've got masks, we've got socks, we've got it all. And if we don't have something you want, you send me $52 and ask me for it, and we'll talk. All right.
Make it work.
We will make it work. I want you to thank our sponsors again: Edwards Mortgage Group, NOLA Title Group, the Mason Collective, and ARC Insurance Consultants. All your home needs for mortgage, closing, sales, and insurance. You know, I say this, and what I really want to say to these guys is thank you so much for being a sponsor, because without you, it'd be a lot harder to do what we're doing. And yeah.
You and I would have to be out at Jackson Square with E.T.
I know. I tried that before, and somebody walked up, gave me a $20 bill personally, and said, "You need some voice lessons." So I said, "Okay, I'll take it." You know, no, we're really, really happy to have them here with us. And gosh, who do we have coming up next week? By the way,
Oh, next week.
upcoming
What?
show. Yep.
The Dirty Dozen Brass Band. So keeping it going.
So we got to keep it in the
brass,
family here. Got to
yeah,
keep it in the
the
family.
brass tradition alive. So how about that? Well, can't wait for them to get back to it. I think this show tonight's the closest I've been to a second line in a long time, and it feels so good to have them here. You know, sometimes I'll be strolling home through the French Quarter, and I'll hear this beautiful music ringing out from Jackson Square. I look over, it's my man E.T. blowing that horn just with a smile on his face. So it's great to have him here at the Funky Uncle tonight, of course, with the Jackson Square Saviors. So think they're ready. E.T., y'all ready to kick it off for us one more time? All right. Well, y'all don't forget to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
Don't know why I waited, cause I'm feeling blue. Why? I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. Why do I spend money on a show or two? I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. You make me feel so good. I wanna give the world to you. You make me understand. I want you to be my baby, be my lady. Thought I told your mother that I would be true. I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's where my life began. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's where my life began. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I don't wanna be your rough cutter. Swing out. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. I don't wanna be your rough cutter. Swing out. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. 'cause I'm feeling blue.
Feeling blue.
I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. Why do I spend money
Because you got it all.
on a show or two?
Ah, too expensive.
I hope and pray for someone exactly like you. You make me feel so good. I wanna give the world to you. You make me understand. I want you to be.
I feel so to do.
Thought I told your mother
Mother,
that I would be true.
would be true.
I hope and pray for someone exactly like you.
Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's where our life began. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's where our life began.
I said
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh,
I don't wanna
be
be
no rough cutter. Swing out. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. I don't want me to rough cutter. Swing out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, in New Orleans, as you know, we celebrate every facet of life. And funerals and death is no different. As far as I'm concerned, there is no death on the living planet. You know, your spirit just keeps carrying on, and we carry on, and we're going to carry on through this song here. There's a closer walk with thee, and then we're going to rejoice a little bit. When I'm saying about, you know, we all been going through this thing, this coronavirus, you know, if anything cool about it, everybody had to experience it. It didn't separate, you know, this made this one or that one. Everybody had to deal with it. So I got some words I came up with about the coronavirus. After we rejoice and we go get them red beans and black-eyed peas and them collard greens and them, what else we eat? Barbecue ribs at the repast. You can talk all them lies about whoever just doing their passing on. With that said, here we go. Just a close a walk with thee.
Just a closer walk. Just a closer walk.
Granted, Jesus. Oh, hear my plea.
Just a closer walk.
Just a closer
walk.
Daily walking. Just a walk with thee.
Just a closer walk.
Oh, let it be.
Just a
Dear God, dear Lord, oh Lord, let it be.
Just a
Let it be.
Just a closer walk with thee.
I love this verse here. I'm gonna skip over. You see that when
Just a closer walk.
Time, 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 time. Time will never be. No, 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 no more.
Just a closer
Won't need no cell phone, no call.
Just
Nothing.
a closer
I wanna guide him, guide him. I wanna ride him, wanna guide him, wanna go up that high to the kingdom.
To the kingdom.
Oh, just a close,
Just a
close,
walk.
oh, walk
Just a
with thee.
Just a closer walk with thee.
Coronavirus, let's go. All you see that coronavirus is bad, bad news.
Bad news.
That coronavirus is bad, sad, sad news.
Bad news.
I said that coronavirus, y'all, bad, sad news.
Bad news.
All we want to do, take our horns and play the blues. I said that coronavirus, bad, bad, bad news.
Bad news.
City shut down across the world, that ain't cool.
That ain't cool.
Little kids been locked out of their school
Out of school.
because of that coronavirus, bad, bad news.
Bad news.
I've been to Chicago, LA, over to Key West,
Down
What
to
you
Key
said?
West.
Cairo, Egypt, Johannesburg, Halifax is all a mess.
What?
Sedona, Arizona,
What?
Barcelona, and Bayona, and I gave it all up to get rid of that dread of corona. I'm sick of that coronavirus is bad, bad news.
Bad news.
Coronavirus, bad, sad news.
Bad news.
I know all the folks not lying. That's the folks already dying because that coronavirus, bad, bad news. Andrew Jackson. There you go, there you go. supposed to help fill this fuel.
Fill this view.
Oh, the coronavirus is bad, bad news.
Bad news.
All I want to do, take my horn and play the blues.
We'll play the blues.
All I say that coronavirus is bad, 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 sad news.
Sad news.
City shut down across the world, that ain't cool.
Ooh, that ain't cool.
All the little kids, they've been even locked out of their own school. Because of that coronavirus, bad, bad news.
Bad
I've
news.
been to Chicago, LA, over to Key West,
Down to Key West.
Cairo, Egypt, Johannesburg, way to Halifax,
Ooh,
all the best, oh, Sedona, Arizona, Barcelona, ain't that Bayona, but I gave it all up to get rid of that goddamn dreaded corona. I'm sick of that coronavirus is bad, bad news.
Bad news.
All the little kids been locked out of their school.
Lock out school.
I know all the folks ain't lying. Those the folks are already really dying because that coronavirus is bad, sad news. Get out of here. Wow, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we just brought him down. You see what may happen in New Orleans at a jazz funeral. We brought him down, and then we put him in the ground. Hopefully, we lay the coronavirus to rest. Don't come back for a long time. Anyway, then we rejoice. We put him in the ground, and everybody get to go get bucket and go to eating, get all them barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, and drink all the beer and the wine and whatever else we have. We do here in New Orleans. This is the way we go on with life, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We got another song here. We got Langston in the house, wherever you go. My little grandson. But you want to play, Peter? All right, we got another song for Hello, Dolly. Come here, man. Langston. Come here, hello, Dolly.
This is Louis Dolly.
Oh, it's so nice to have you back. Where you belong. Langston, you want to sing with me? Come on, boy. Oh, you're looking so swell, Dolly.
So swell, Dolly.
Everyone, woman in the room can tell, Dolly.
I can tell,
Oh,
Dolly.
he's not really shy. He's growing. Oh, he's growing so strong. You want to sing? I feel the room sway
The room swaying.
and the band start to play.
Playing.
One of my old favorite tunes.
One of my old favorites.
Oh, from way back when.
Way back
Hey, hey. Right a left, take a left. You got two black eyes and your eyes looking a mess. Goddamn, Dolly, what happened to my brand new red dress? You looking a mess out there. Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. Hey. Oh, I say hello, Dolly. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Dolly, it's so nice to have you back.
It's so nice to have you
Where
back.
you belong.
Where you belong.
You're looking so swell, Dolly.
Swell, Dolly.
Oh, the folks back home can tell,
I
Dolly.
can tell,
Oh,
Dolly.
you're glowing.
You keep going,
Oh, boy, you're growing so strong. I feel the room
I
sway.
feel the room swaying.
Yeah, and the band start to
Got
play.
the band playing.
Oh, one of my old favorite tunes.
One of my
Some
old
time ago,
from
you
way
know, back when Find a nap, take a nap, everybody got. Dolly got two black eyes, look at the mess. What happened to my brand new red dress? Dolly, you put it on with the mess. Dolly, 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 Dolly. Ah. Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, 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 Dolly.
This is Lord
Oh,
Dolly.
it's so nice to have you back.
It's
Where
so
you,
nice.
oh, where you belong.
Where you belong.
You looking so swell.
You looking so swell, Dolly.
You know I can really, really tell, Dolly.
Really tell.
Hey, now you glowing, 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 glowing.
glowing,
God,
glowing,
that girl, she's looking so strong, so fast.
Strong.
Oh, I see the room,
I see
room
the
start to
room
sway,
swaying.
and the
From the
band
band.
start to really, really play. Yeah.
Play, yeah.
Oh, one of my old,
One of my old
favorite tunes
Oh,
from way back when.
way
Yeah,
back
you
when.
know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta go. Find a nap, take a nap, be able to take this Dolly on home with a man. Dolly, 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 gotta go away. Dolly, never ever go away. Oh, Dolly, never ever 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 go away. Hey, Dolly, don't you go away. Hello, Dolly.
All right, y'all. My name is Soul Stew, and we're kicking some serious brass here with Ephraim Towns and the Jackson Square Saviors, bringing that good old New Orleans brass fix to you wherever you might be out there in the digital world. We hope you're having as much fun as we are. Almost feels like I'm marching down the street so I can smell those barbecue grills going off, and buy a cold beer out of a cooler rolling down, But we'll get there soon enough. But, until we can, we're going to bring the music to you every week here from the Funky Uncle. Big shout out to E.T., Peanut, all the fellas for coming in here and doing this. And please, join the Funky Uncle family. Help us keep bringing in great musicians like these. Leslie will tell you some more about how you can help us do that.
Yes, indeed. You go to thefunkyuncle.live, and there's several buttons that you can click on there. One of the things that I really, really want to talk about is how to donate, how you bid on the live painting. And we've got Frenchie here doing this live painting. We're going to come over here and we're going to talk to him in just a minute. But what I really, really need you to do is look, because we have got some paintings that are still available. That's right. We've got paintings that are still available. Glenn David Andrews, Kirk Joseph, and Leo Nocentelli from New Year's Eve. And I believe we've got, is the Irma Thomas painting is still available. But we've definitely got those two that are still available. And, of course, this one right here tonight, E.T. and the Jackson Square Saviors, all right? They saved they've saved us tonight. They're saving you. thefunkyuncle.live, text funk to 36413. Want to thank our sponsors one more time. Want to thank the Fat Bankers. And I want to thank this incredible crew that we've got, because that's why we're doing these for the musicians and the gig workers. For every musician that's out of work, there's a sound man, there's a lighting director, there's a stage hand, there's a drum tech, all the bartenders, everybody, all of our gig workers, they are without work as well. So what I'd like for you to do, please, is to take a look at this painting right there that Frenchie's doing. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that, Stu? Isn't that amazing?
Just capturing the whole
thing. And look, Langston, you are even in there as well. That is E.T.'s grandson, by the way. The generations, the connections. You know, all of these people have played with a little bit of everybody. We
Maybe
just
been
spoke.
to the uncle before as well.
Maybe even been to the uncle before. That's
know,
right. I know. I
been
know that
here.
Buddha has back there.
Buddha's been
So,
here.
so
A
you know what?
couple.
This is what it's about. This is what makes it so special. And I need you to help us. Don't make me go mama on you. We have raised, it looks like a lot of money, but in the whole scheme of things, we always need more help. These musicians keep it going for you. These musicians keep the heartbeat of this city alive. I think my mask says "vaccinate, keep the beat alive," which is what my man Stu did
Thank you to
last week.
Leslie for filling in for me or holding it down last week. I got the big old shot and it put me down, but you know what? It's all right. I feel great now and ready for us all to get healthy and get on back to the music.
There you
Speaking
go.
of which,
Got a couple.
E.T., y'all
One?
ready
You got
to hit him with that one more? I know. Peanuts got another gig. We's gonna do it.
Hey, you said you want to do the Saints, since the Saints.
No,
Since it's the
only
last
saints
song?
going up to the
All right.
sky.
Says, we do have some
Amen.
saints.
Yeah,
We
got
do.
some saints
We
going
got some
up, you know,
saints
they got-
going up. That's for sure.
They're saviors.
Saints
yeah, all right.
and saviors, baby.
So you
We
know
got
what
the
you
saviors
gotta do?
right now.
Wash your hands. Stomp your feet.
Hey, when the saints go marching in,
Go marching in,
when the saints go marching
When the
in,
saints go
marching
marching in.
in.
you know I wanna be
Wanna
oh
be
in that number.
in that number.
When the saints
When the
go all marching in, everybody. Oh, when the sun
When the sun
refuses to shine,
feels to shine.
when that sun sets and you don't see no
Sun
shine,
refuse to shine.
you know I know you gonna
Wanna be in
high,
that number.
high in the sky. The saints go marching in. Somebody blow. Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in. Hey, I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Everybody go. Oh, when the saints hey go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. And you know I wanna be, gotta be, gonna be, wanna be, gotta be. Everybody wanna be. Take it to 3 flat, y'all.
All right, y'all. Give it up for E.T. the Jackson Square All-Stars. Now, right quick, you know, a great show they just played here. And Mr. Towns, would you like to announce these fine musicians that accompanied you on the stage tonight, right quick?
E.T., announce your band, baby.
E.T.
All right, E.T., introduce your band, baby.
All the band here.
Baby.
Well, great band, y'all. Let's give it up for Peanut, Revert Andrews on the
Yeah,
trombone.
Peanut, legend right here. OG of New Orleans.
Well,
brass
tenor
band,
saxophone,
baby.
James Beaumont.
Yeah, James Beaumont.
On the sousaphone, Adam Lesnar, y'all. Give it up.
Alan. Yeah, you're right.
On the snare drum, we got the great Buddha, Glenn
Buddha!
Andrews Jr.
Yeah.
On the bass drum, we got Cornell Andrews.
All
On the bass drum,
right.
y'all. My name is Ephraim Towns. I hope everyone enjoyed, and y'all send them $20 bills and send them $200. Well, you did $200 bills.
We had a
Just
great
send $200.
time. Thank you, E.T. We had a great time with you tonight, y'all. It was a tough night for us here at the Funky Uncle, given what we've all been going through, but we got through it the way we know how, with the joy of music. That's what we're here for. That's what our lives revolve around here in New Orleans. It's a part of everything that we do, and we are so glad that you could join us, help us keep bringing in great musicians like these, and help us honor those that we've lost, that will forever be in our hearts. There's a lot of angels floating around the sky, a lot more than there were a couple weeks ago. So Leslie here is going to announce once again the memorial for these friends who meant so much to so many of us here in
This
Crescent
has
City.
been a tough week. Not only have we lost personally, but we know what they meant to the music community, whether if
Absolutely.
they knew them or not. Chelsea Sullivan, Terry Gibson, Stephen Holland. I lost a friend, Pat Besselman. She was one of the best band moms there ever was. She'd march the streets with these young brass band kids and keep them safe. And I got to give props out to our buddy Ravioli.
The Ravioli the Bulldog.
Ravioli the Bulldog. Ravioli was one
Maple
of
Leaf
the
mascot.
biggest Saints fans there ever was. We are going to continue to celebrate their life this week, just as we celebrate music here at the Funky Uncle. If you want the live music to come back and come back with a vengeance, we need your help. So I'd like to ask you one more time, go to thefunkyuncle.live, click on that donate button, click on the bid on the live painting. This is an incredible painting, by the way.
Frenchie did a beautiful job.
Frenchie does an amazing job. Where did Frenchie go? Oh, he's taking a break. And he's a well-deserved break.
Get swagged
because
out with
I
some
know,
Funky
I
Uncle.
know.
I guarantee
You
that.
can go, you can buy from the Funky Shop, buy you some merch, get you some swag. And folks, just know how important it was to you. If we were back normal, you wouldn't be at home listening to me right now. You would be in one of the clubs, sweating, dancing. But we can't do that just yet. Just yet. Some of them are coming out. But what I need you to do, Text FUNK to 36413. Let's make a difference in everybody's life. We are not going to make you wait tonight. We are going to do this interview right now. Isn't that a cool thing?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you and E.T. get to chat about, Leslie. It'll be a great time.
We got to keep from getting each other in trouble.
Remember, this is being recorded. In the meantime, Soul Stew saying peace out and much love to everyone who tuned in tonight. And once again, there's some stars shining a little bit brighter in the sky that just popped up over the last couple weeks. And
You're yodeling.
I hear one of them's yodeling. Chelsea Star is yodeling as we speak, and sort of every time a band down in this town takes the stage, Chelsea Star is going to twinkle a little bit brighter. I love you, Chelsea. Thank you for everything you did. You are a rock and roll soldier in the truest regard. Thank you to E.T. and the band and Leslie. They're going to have a great talk here, and I can't wait to see it. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Leslie and Ephraim Towns. It's going to be a great time. In the meantime, y'all don't have to forget to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
E.T., come talk to me. Let's clean this microphone off. And I want you to come and talk to me for a few minutes, all right? Yeah, you good with that?
Of course.
Yeah. All right, there you go. All right.
We talking
So,
hot air balloons. We didn't even ride a balloon.
You got to use that microphone
1 2
up
1
close.
2.
There you go. We're good. We're good. So, gosh, here we are.
Here we are.
I have to say that about 15 years ago was the first time that I got to talk to you.
That's right.
And I got to sit back, make yourself comfortable, all right? All right. So that was at a hot air balloon festival.
That's right.
It was up in Natchez, Mississippi, and you were playing with the band that you played with a long time ago. And you invited my son up, 12 years old, because he had a trumpet with him.
That's right. That's how
And
we
you
roll.
invited my son up to come play. You had not heard him. You didn't know anything about him, and you welcomed him into that community at 12 years old.
That's how we roll. And there's, we talked about that 15 years ago, but the weather was kind of like just like this, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wanted to get a hot air balloon, but it would tell it down because of the rain. But it wasn't tell it down here, though.
I don't stand in wicker. I'm a big girl.
But your son, he was, he had an instrument in New Orleans. That's how we roll. We see the little kids. We try to inspire them. We never try to discourage them. So we want them, to inspire them and encourage them to want to come and up there and do. And then it's up to you whether you continue in that route and do it. And so it happens. It's pretty good. But
Well, thank you very much. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of all these guys. I was very proud of Terry also, and my heart hurts that he's gone.
he's a good guy.
I want to remember, Jason Neville and his son. He and his wife lost their son, Tristan, a couple of weeks ago, and our hearts hurt because Jason was part of our Funky Uncle family as well.
Jason's pretty good. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know he lost a son.
Tristan is not with us, and it just seems to be a lot of it. We talked earlier about how it wasn't COVID, and it wasn't anything that was wrong. It wasn't. Let's just be honest. Let's be straight up with each other.
It wasn't overdose.
It wasn't gunshots. It wasn't overdose. It wasn't COVID, which I think is almost sadder.
Yeah, that's what I say. Wow, wait, it's getting kind of scary, because the numbers are being depleted so fast.
But for every elderly musician that we lose, there seems to be so many more coming up behind them. Who worked with you when you were a young man? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the 7th Ward, actually the
Seventh
St. Bernard Project, and I always aspired to play a trumpet, but in the St. Bernard Project, we had this young gentleman at the time. He was young. Well, he's always young. But the great Danny Barker lived in our neighborhood, and he moved back from New York, and he noticed there wasn't a significant number of kids interested in playing the music. So he made a concerted effort to try to get kids exposed, to the music of our culture. And he did this through the Fairview Baptist Church. And I was the second generation of the Fairview Band. The first generation was Leroy Jones, Greg Stafford, Darrell Adams, who passed away a couple years ago.
Michael White?
No, Michael White was not in.
Oh, he was second?
Yeah, he came
run?
up. He came with me.
Torgano?
No, Torgano.
No?
He came up in the era, but the Hurricane Brass Band and the Fairview Brass Band was Leroy Jones, Darrell Adams, Greg Stafford, and a few more guys. But it was all guys, I don't know what Greg stayed around there, but they used to practice at Leroy House on St. Denis Street, and I would always go there and listen to them practice. And Leroy was still in St. Aug High School. So I came up in the second generation of the Fairview Brass Band. And I came up with Edward Parrish, Byron Washington, Jerry Anderson. You know, Jerry played up in the band with William Smith, who played with Preservation Hall, and a few more guys. You know, but that's how I came up with it, you know.
So it's safe to say that Danny Barker had a lot to do.
Danny Barker
with
had
your
a lot to do
musical
with a
upbringing.
lot's going on right here.
A lot going on.
Yeah, through the Fairview Brass Band, that was actually the pool that put everything, started everything in the phone, you know. So everything really centered from around, I think, you know, the new, what we call who inspired what, but it all started with Danny Barker and Fairview Brass Band, because through that tree, a whole lot of guys have come. And Leroy Jones, Lucian Barberan, God bless his soul. Lucian, they were in that band. And Lucian's father was our chaperone, Mr. Charlie Barberan. A lot of people
really?
Yeah, a lot of people know about Charlie. There's a lot of people lost, you know. You don't get their props, but Charlie Barberan, Danny Barker got it started through the church and stuff. But Charlie Barberan, Lucian Barberan, and Charles Barberan, father, he was actually our chaperone. You know, his chaperone was Mr.
That was a tough job.
Oh, yeah, it was a tough job.
You think it was a tough job?
We were 11 years old, but we pretty much, you know, back then the kids listen. I ain't going to say they don't listen no more, but, you know, we always looked up to the older folks, and you know, so we looked up to Mr. Barberan, even though it was a lot of fun, Mr. Barberan. I can't tell you some of the stories, but
we won't go.
It's a
we
lot.
won't go there.
But that was actually the root of the tree that actually started a lot of stuff, you know, through that. And Leroy Jones and Greg Stafford, they don't get enough credit, you know, but whether they know it or not, and I think they got to know it, because, you know, I get a lot of credit for doing stuff with Dirty Dozen, you know, but it was Hurricane Brass Band before the Dirty Dozen.
Before the Dirty Dozen,
and they extended from Fairview.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Hurricane Brass Band had tuba fast in it. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
That's where you first heard that at.
Right.
So that was actually the roots that actually kicked it all off.
So, you know, we mentioned Dirty Dozen. Dirty Dozens had, if we got everybody back together, it would be the Dirty Dozen Orchestra. It wouldn't be just the Dirty Dozen Brass Band.
A lot of people went through the band.
A lot of people went through the band, and you know, some of my fondest memories were with you. And our poster this week has you with both of your horns in your mouth at the same time. And yes, he does play them both at the same time. And you know, they used to say that Buddy Bolden could be heard across the river.
Yeah,
I know you can be heard across the river, even with all the traffic and everything. You are one of the most formidable
that's very kind
trumpet players that I know. And what do you see for the future with COVID changing so much? What do you see in the future for our young musicians that are striving to be like you and to be like these guys that are out in the square every day and sharing the music? What do you see for them?
Well, I see a bright future for them. And I mean, with COVID or with no COVID, I mean, because COVID has always been here. But if you want to inspire to play this music, you're going to have to still go back to your house and practice. You're going to have to practice, and you're going to have to learn from and respect the guys that came above you that can really play, because that's basically what I do. I would try to go around guys who I thought can play very, very good, and I try to steal some of their stuff and just play it back at them. So if you want to inspire to play this music, you have to evolve and grow with it, because the music is not going to stand still. The COVID, it doesn't stand still, so the music should evolve. And the only way you evolve the music, it evolves, you got to evolve with it, and you are the ones who help it evolve. You know, we go through different stages. You know, this here, you know, jazz has been given our American, you know, art culture musically. But it's been big bands, and everything went through periods of time, you know. And these guys, through it all, they still had to go home and practice.
Yes, absolutely.
You have a son play, what do you do?
He practices every day.
He practices.
Even if it's 15 minutes, he's going to put that horn to his lips. And hopefully, prior to COVID, he was playing every day, and he would still practice.
Well, so it's no.
And you know, I think it was Pete Fountain said that the amount that you're paid is equal to the amount that you practice.
Exactly. it pretty much, you know, and that's pretty much summed it up, you know. It's what you put into it and what you get out of it. If you don't put the time into it, you shouldn't expect to get nothing out of it, you know. But as an artist, I don't think you really look forward to getting something out of it except making people happy. That's what I look forward to, making people happy, you know. And it's
you do that every day.
It's no coincidence I'm out in Jackson Square, you know. That I'm not, you know. It's great to give donations and stuff, you know. But everybody ain't got $1. You can put a smile on everybody's face. And that, and that's the most rewarding thing I get out of it, and people follow your sound. I played somewhere, people say, I just follow the sound. That's, word, anything. But it's also to keep you practicing. You got to practice, so at home I can practice, but you don't tend to, you can get away from what you need to do. But once you put yourself on the spot and open, you got to finish the song.
So like I said, you bring joy to everybody on the street. You are basically an ambassador because everybody's going to come through that area at some point in time, and we appreciate you for that. You are a recipient of relief from Fridays from the Funky Uncle.
Yes.
And those of you who have watched our What We Do video that is before and before the show starts, you may have seen Ephraim here, and when they came to you and said, we want to help, what was your first thought? Did you believe it?
Well, yeah, I believe because it happened. It was spontaneous. It happened on the spot. I was actually playing in front of Jackson Square, and this young gentleman, he was just sitting there standing and looking. It was cold out there, and it wasn't nobody but him, myself, maybe a few other people, which I really enjoyed playing when there was nobody out there because I used the sound of the buildings to resonate the sound, and it just sounds so good going through all the different things. I get off on this kind of stuff. So it was cold, and this young gentleman, and he would just sit there and he just look and say, dude, it's pretty impressive. And then he said, this is our foundation is all about. And, I had heard of the Funky Uncle, but I really didn't know who he was. And this young gentleman happened to be Chris. And come to find out, Chris Gray, me and Chris been knowing each other for 25 years. We didn't know we knew each other at the time, and say, wow. And then we went to talking and say, dude, we hung out some places. It's just crazy. But he said, but this is just, we about here. I'd like to take this $400. I said, okay, great. And you told me the Funky Uncle, and that's what I found about it. So I thought it was real because he gave me the money right on the spot. And that don't never happen. Normally it's, it's somebody helping you out. They don't give you cash. So that was really beautiful. And it was 9:30 at night. He was coming from a dinner. But he was still representing the Funky Uncle, and he was seeing musicians out there, and he said, "This is what our organization is about." So that was really, really good. So to me, it was really real. I had to believe it or not. It was okay. Okay, I believe you. So he did. This is $400. He put it in my hand and said, "Whoa, okay."
And shortly
I thought it was
that,
$400. Matter of fact, I didn't count it until I got in the car. And I said, "Oh shit, it is $400." Yeah.
Like those 220s you put in your pocket.
Yeah. And it was $400.
So, and then shortly after that, like a few days later, you went and found others of your bandmates.
Yeah, most of the guys
Mark
that you see
and all these guys that were here, and we were able to help them. And we say here that 100% in and 100% out.
Yep.
That $317,000 that we've raised due to the generosity of our viewers and our sponsors and the folks that buy these paintings. We have been able to give 100% of that right back out. We don't pay for a copier. We don't pay for all this stuff. We have that much money that has gone out to all of these musicians and gig workers.
It's a beautiful thing you're doing. It's real nice. Because prior to that, I really hadn't received any anything for COVID. I wasn't really looking for anything.
It's hard for the musicians to have gotten the unemployment. It's really tough.
Yeah,
for
because
you,
you're self-employed.
Right.
It's like you almost get fined for being self-employed. It's sad. But not only musicians, waiters, waitresses. Hand it all men. Contractors. They're self-employed. So unless you have a documentation, a lot of musicians don't have that though, because you don't
Right.
play gigs for documentation. So. It's really difficult. So I guess I didn't really apply for too many things. I did apply for. I didn't really get into it.
As an
So
Heritage Foundation
I
has
never
helped.
received maybe a
Musicians
couple $100. But I heard
Clinic.
guys, getting all kind of stuff. But it was for you. So when Chris came along, it was really, really gratifying to me because that's the first thing I actually received, from this whole COVID thing. Other than the stimulus, I guess everybody got that. But there's a lot of things going on. I know it's great to me. I don't get on the internet much either, so maybe it's a lot of my own fault, not being aggressive enough. But still, there's people who really need, real stuff. Not that I do not need things, but it's people don't know how they're gonna eat tonight.
Right. There is that, and it's a shame. But with programs like this, we're able to help, and we are so glad that we were able to help you and your musician buddies and everybody else that we help. So what's in the very near future for you? Very near. What you got planned?
Well, I have a lot of songs, original songs I've written over a period of time, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I got some that's actually worked out, so.
You about to record?
I'm gonna have to record.
Are you gonna have to record? We're gonna have us a new album before you.
Yeah, I always say, it's time to hear some new music coming on OZ. So.
Yeah, well, I'm where I am on Tuesday mornings.
I know exactly where I'm gonna be standing out to you.
I better hear.
Well, you definitely gonna be one of the first to hear. You probably hear before I hear.
There you go. I love it.
But I plan on doing a lot of things that I think you're gonna like the songs I'm writing, the music I'm writing. So it's been well receptive. Everybody now just got to stay live long enough to do it, because you ain't got to get shot to die.
So let me ask you this: in one word or one sentence, okay? One sentence.
All right.
What does New Orleans music mean to you?
All this music means the world to me. It's like the city is a very special place. It's a really eclectic city. I've been many places around this globe, and there's no place like New Orleans. People ask me all the time, "What's the best place you ever been to?" New Orleans. It's not just the music; it's all the things that make the music happen. They all come together, and so the music, the whole culture, they go hand in hand. It's like your foot, your leg, your ankle, your foot. It's one without the one can't really go without the other, because it took all this stuff to make it happen. So the music is very important, just like everything else in the city is important. I have a real more appreciation of the French Quarter now that I spent more time on it, especially during the COVID stuff going. You don't have the volumes of people who do that. These walls can really talk. They have more things they can say than anywhere else in America. 303 years of stuff.
303 now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like 303.
Anyway,
so it's some real stories.
Like over $300,000 that we have raised. And,
yeah, no man.
So I just want to thank you so much for being here. Please stay in touch with us. Tell your friends if they're musicians or gig workers and they are hurting, that there's people who care. And I know that you care. I know you do. I know good and well that you care, because you have been with us for a year now, a little over a year. If you really, really are missing your music, it's great that we can bring it here to you, bring it to your living room every Friday. But I need you to help us, because we got to keep this going. Go to thefunkyuncle.live and click on those donate buttons, bid on the Frenchie painting, or text FUNK to 36413. I want you to take care of yourself, be kind to each other. Like I said, we've lost a lot of people this week, and I need you to tell each other that you love each other and show these musicians that you love them. Take a moment, take a couple of dollars out of your pocket, and help us here at the Funky Uncle. We want to keep bringing this music to you until you can come to us. So, E.T., what are we going to tell them to do? What do they got to do?
You're going to wash your hands and stomp your feet.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Lots of love.
Sure, we put on a lot of really great concerts here, live from the Funky Uncle on Friday nights. But what's it really all about?
Love, appreciation, just trying to give back.
Being able to actually come in here and see a great band and get to interview them, that just did so much for my soul. But honestly, just the way we've been able to help people too. Not only to book a band and say, hey, we've got a paid gig for you during COVID, but then also just to be able to call up someone I love like Johnny Vodakovich, who's brought me so much joy, and say, listen man, I know it's a tough time, but guess what? I got a check for you tomorrow. I'm bringing it by your house. You don't even have to come outside. I'll put it under the door.
And I really can't, I don't even know how to say a big enough thank you.
Oh man, you just keep being you, brother. That's all we ask. Right? I mean, this whole thing that we're going through, it's just a different break in the rhythm, right?
Tick tock, tick tock.
One long pause.
Absolutely.
And you got to give unconditionally without ever expecting anything in return. Otherwise, you don't learn.
And they say, well, here's the such and such, some money to help you out, And I couldn't believe it. I said, whoa, all right, well, great. And so that's how I first found out about the Funky Uncle. Yeah, he gave me money on the spot, which I thought was normally, I never really got any assistance from nothing to the COVID. I don't know if I really applied for anything either. So he gave me like $400 on the spot, and I said, wow, well, thank you, Chris. And it's a great thing that they're doing that because I'm quite sure there's a lot of musicians up in need for a lot of things right now. But it helped me immensely. It helped me at a time when I really needed help.
We don't just do our art just for us. We do our art, just for you. We do our art for us as well. And this is therapeutic for us. So the fact that we have not been able to get together and jam out and do what we love to do the last 2 months, a month and a half.
I mean, we were playing
the day before
3 or 4 nights a week. So we were seeing each other every day.
I just went through withdrawal, cold turkey. I just put the last cigarette down and I have not picked it back up. So my nerves is bad and I'm super, super excited to hit this cigarette right now.
We come to see the music and we come to enjoy the music here, but it's so many more people it takes to bring the music. And by walking in the door here and seeing all the other people, it just made sense to me that more money needed to go to the gig work.
Yeah, the Funky Uncle Live, man. They're helping a lot of people. I really love what they're doing. It's great, man. They've helped me, man. I was actually behind on a lot of my bills coming up because of the pandemic. I was behind on my car insurance and my car note and stuff like that, rent and things of that nature. And they've stepped in and helped me, man.
This is the worst I've ever seen it for entertainers and people that assist the entertainers, like you said, the gig workers, and the guys and gals who work backstage. They don't have any work either. So it's this. I've never seen it this bad.
It's the big, giant, invisible hurricane that we can't evacuate away from.
No.
It really is not.
Coronavirus, no more gigs. So now we're here at the Funky Uncle.
Don't call you, that's my landlord. He did your thing. Yeah, tell him. I mean, I'm gonna call him too, but tell him to call me up and we'll get the communication going. That's Mark. Don't forget. Yeah, we'll get it straight. Don't worry. We ain't gonna forget you.
To make a living right now, basically, I'm not getting any money, enough money, from the government to even mention. I mean, it's not paying all my bills. It's not paying none of my bills. I'm basically just making it off the street right now, just playing on the street.
This is just as good of medicine for me as it is for the ones we're helping. Christian called, and I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, I'll come paint. And he's like, oh, no, that's not what I was calling for, French. I just wanted to use your float for the background shot. And I'm like, oh, but it's cool if I come paint, right?
My favorite parts about doing this thing at the Funky Uncle is that a lot of when bands come in, this is the first time they've played together in a while, and it's just like a certain fire that comes back. So you can feel everyone, it feels good to be back together. So It seems like y'all were really,
Yeah, we was ready.
personifying that tonight.
Like, hey, you got to get it in, man.
You were, exactly. It felt like we were just in a packed, sold-out club.
Exactly. Now, look, a lot of people don't know. It's weird, though. Like, you're pouring, your heart and soul out, but it's weird, man, because nobody's there. It's like, it's just the camera. So you're just looking like...
And our crew just like,
right.
When I found out about the assistance that Fridays from the Funky Uncle gives to musicians and gig workers, I thought that was really an incredible thing. I came home one night and I found my oak tree here had dropped a limb that was so big that I couldn't even reach around it. And it destroyed my neighbor's fence and into her backyard. So that put the dental surgery on hold. And then someone said, well, wait, how about that Funky Uncle thing? Don't they give assistance? I mentioned it to somebody, and within 2 days, they said, this is exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to help our folks. And I became a very proud recipient of assistance from the Funky Uncle.
And we're proud to be a part of this community. This isn't the first time something like this is happening. Our fellow musicians, they may start a fund, if somebody, we try to make sure that we help each other.
Absolutely.
And we're a community of band members, we're a community of musicians, and we are a community of people here. You know, we see things happening around the city, around the world. I have to be true to my own experience. I love my city. I roll with my city.
Comes through loud and clear.
Yo, man, Willie Green, just let you know, Fridays from the Funky Uncles. We want you to be down there and kick ass with the Funky Uncles, yo. Yo, baby.
The Funky Uncle has really, like, I've seen it help a lot of musicians, including myself, like, just in the nick of time. Like, having groups that come together to really take care of the artists that kind of make sure New Orleans is what it is, like, has been really helpful.
Talk about lights, camera, action. There's like no gigs, no festivals. There's instability everywhere. There's one thing that we can control as a musician. Play your music as best you can.
And when you have programs like this,
Absolutely.
the Fridays from the Funky Uncle, that have pulled together to not take care of just you guys.
It takes a village to play music.
It does. It does. Our stage hands, our lighting techs, our video techs, our sound guys.
I'm a musician. I got to find a way to play. And if there's no other avenues for me to play, I'm going to create them. But it just allows me, the bottom line, to write a song, perform a song, touch somebody, bring people together.
So you enjoy coming to the shows? And seeing
definitely. Music's our lifeblood. And I was getting pretty antsy before that. We live for our music, and not having it for such a long time was tough. It really was.
And really, these people are gems. They're living legends who get really no support any time of the year. So right now, with COVID the way it is, a lot of these people are really, really struggling. So we're really trying to reach out to the streets, find these guys in their natural habitat, and help them out, because somebody's got to.
It's a massive honor to be part of making music medicine out of New Orleans. You got to give without expecting anything in return, and that's what's happening. And New Orleans, the importance of the New Orleans music, putting out the love and the light. It goes back to Louis Armstrong after World War II, and they sent him all around the world to introduce jazz to everybody. I mean, in a way, I feel we're doing that here in the Den in a spiritual way every Friday. And without having to leave the country, we're putting out that magic music medicine.
It may not be some groundbreaking amount that you can retire on, but a little bit of help goes a long way in these times. Without Funky Uncle's help, I would not be able to have put the work into my horns and have them back into good working condition. Everybody go to thefunkyuncle.live and see if you can get a little help.
If you know a musician or a gig worker in need of assistance, it's so easy. All you have to do is go to thefunkyuncle.live and click on that donate button. Help make a difference in the lives of those that make such a big difference in ours.
Fridays from the Funky Uncle interviews Tyson Van Landingham. Second sticks.
I'm gonna go hoodie.
You're going hoodie on me?
I'm gonna go hoodie.
Okay.
Why, it doesn't look good? You don't like the
You look
hoodie?
like an Ewok.
What? I look like an Ewok? Is that what you're saying? Because of the gray hair.